beautiful furronis and brony-furs. Welcome to the Bubble Beavers channel, and yes, I am a furry slash brony. But wait, before you click off, hear me out. I am fully aware that these fandoms have a, reputation, and rightfully so. But both of the fandoms are very welcoming, but unfortunately, due to that, a lot of weirdos and wacky stuff usually is overlooked or ignored. Even though these fandoms have their problems within them, I'm proud to know that most of us usually have the guts to call each other out, even if we're popular. I think I joined the brony fandom when it was just getting popular around 2010 or somewhat around there. I was weirdly elitist about it at first. I used to be a G3 purist for whatever reason, and thought that G3 was better than G4 until one fateful day when I was babysitting my cousins and I seen it on the hub. I forgot what specific episode was playing, but for some reason I didn't like it and I was being a brat about it. So after I was done watching my cousins, I later looked it up on YouTube to see what all the fuss was about. My first episode of My Little Pony was Hurricane Fluttershy, actually. I didn't watch it on the hub or anything because we didn't have cable at the time, but I watched somebody's reaction to it and he was crying because the episode spoke to him, and in turn, it spoke to me. Seeing how the episode portrayed Fluttershy's anxiety really made me understand why people like the show and what it represents for them. Ever since then, I've been sucked into it. I was, and am still, not really ashamed to admit that I'm a brony due to the fact that I'm AFAB. People usually don't judge you, even when you're a full-grown adult, because you're a female watching the show. Which sucks, because I feel bad for male bronies, but oh well, sucks to suck. Nah, but in all seriousness, it's a great fandom, and I'm excited for the fandom to have another renaissance like G4 all over again. G5 has been great so far. Sure, it had a rocky start with Chapter 1. Other than that, the movie and the rest of the show are actually pretty good. I've been having so much fun with the fandom drawing ponies. The G5 community specifically has been very welcoming and sweet. G5 is genuinely really good despite what a lot of G4 fans will say. My favorite part about G5 is Misty. A lot of you already know this, but she's my favorite G5 character. Me and a lot of people can relate to her character arc. Whether you want to admit it or not, Misty has had a hard life living with Opaline. Opaline is openly verbally abusive towards Misty, and in turn, Misty's personality has been shaped to be more quiet and docile to please and not anger her adoptive mother. We see that in Chapter 5, Alpha Biddle states that Misty used to be a wild and rambunctious filly before she got kidnapped. Misty's story really does show how growing up within an abusive environment can shape how you turn out as an adult. It's honestly a shame that Hasbro dropped G5 as a whole, because the whole storyline gives catharsis to a lot of people who have gone through similar things, including me. But we don't need a multi-million-dollar company to do that for us when we can do it ourselves. Now the hard part. Yes, I am a furry. I've been in the fandom for about 3 years now, but just recently I've been more active within it and making lots of friends. I know the fandom has been under scrutiny due to, some unfavorable people. Damn it, Hero! You ruined it for all of us. Now they think we're all freaks because of you. Anyway, the fandom does have a tendency to accept almost any and everyone for the sake of inclusivity, but at the same time, it does have its drawbacks. Luckily, a lot of people in the fandom tend to try and call out these undesirables. But unfortunately, in doing that, the fandom has become hypersensitive. I love it here, don't get me wrong. Look, I understand that we don't want a bad reputation or to allow bad actors within our community, but in some instances, I feel like we tend to overreact and condemn others for simply being different than us, or just simply being popular, like the Booth situation. I'm genuinely concerned that he may be a part of the whole conservative fur movement because of the constant bullying and harassment he's gotten just for simply being a poppy fur. Now, I myself am not a conservative furry, but I understand why people go to that side simply due to the fact that we bully them for no rational reason, and they just want somewhere to go. A lot of groups like the Furry Raiders will accept you with open arms because they're so desperate to push their ideologies on anyone who is willing to join them. Stuff like this divides the fandom, in my personal opinion. We need to be careful and gauge our reactions proportionately to situations instead of blowing them out of proportion and possibly pushing a really nice person into the wrong hands, or paws in this case. I see this a lot within our community, unfortunately. I'm all for criticism, but it needs to be rightful criticism and not just pearl clutching. Our community also has an over-sexuality problem. I myself am asexual, and I don't like scrolling through my timeline and getting jump scared by furry porn just because I'm a furry. Please, for the love of God, send to your post, or just straight up put it on your NSFW account, or do both. Shoot, I don't care. Our community still has a lot of problems, but I'm willing to be a part of it because of the amazing talent I see within it. I think if we just have a bit of nuance and charitability for one another, while also setting firm boundaries, we'll be alright. So, in conclusion, I love both of these fandoms. Though they may have their problems, I'm still proud to be a furroni or brony fur. I know it may seem cringe or embarrassing to admit it, for some, but not for me. I love cute animals and I love cute ponies, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not a weirdo like Kuro or Toon Critic, you'll be fine. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Goodbye. Psst. Check out the Patreon for extra content. Special shout out to Prixie and Tacotopia for donating to my Ko-Fi. Thank you guys so much.